and we are following the convoy. And Leland, Lauren, I don't know about you guys, but I'm so glad that we had the chance to hear from the NASA and SpaceX teams that have been working behind the scenes, because, Lauren, I know you know this all too well. I mean, these people have been working not only for, the last, since 2014 when SpaceX won this contract, but, I mean, working long hours, long reviews. Coronavirus happened, and then they're homeschooling their kids, still trying to get through all the final checkouts and closeouts to get to today, and we made it. And now we're just waiting on the weather, but it's just great that they got a chance to wish Bob and Doug good luck.
Absolutely. It is a bummer that we can't all be here in person, but to have that opportunity with that wall of cheers is pretty cool. And you're right. I mean, it's been years of extremely hard work. Fortunately, we've had little milestones along the way, like Demo 1 and IFA, the in-flight abort mission, but it was all leading up to this. And I speak for all of my friends and colleagues that are still working on this program. Today is a career just high for all of those people, if
Absolutely.
not the pinnacle of it.
Absolutely, and I know Doug and Bob appreciate them so much. And as they continue to make their way to the pad, the next astronauts to make this journey are also watching very closely. NASA astronauts Shannon Walker, Victor Glover, and Mike Hopkins, and Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency astronaut Soichi Noguchi will also be flying. They'll be in the Crew 1 mission a little later this year. Of course, that's after Bob and Doug return home. Now, Crew 1 will be the second space flight for Walker and Hopkins, who each flew on the Russian Soyuz. And it will be the first space flight for Glover and the third space flight for Noguchi. He flew on both the Space Shuttle and the Soyuz previously. Now, the Crew 1 mission will be the first in a series of rotational flights to station after Demo 2, once NASA certifies the SpaceX systems for regular crew flights. And right now, Victor and Mike are following along from the Johnson Space Center in Houston, and they are standing by to talk to NASA's Daryl Nail. Daryl, are you? All right, I'm sorry, we don't have Daryl, but as we continue to follow the convoy, we've got actually a little chase car following the convoy. I think we're going to be actually talking to Victor and Mike from right here. Victor and Mike, are you there?
We are here.
All right, hi guys. I'm just going to ask you first. You're going to be two of the next people to get on board Crew Dragon. So what are all your thoughts and feelings as you're watching convoy is headed past the vehicle assembly building? We're looking at the pad now. They've got probably about 3 more miles to go at this point. But what do you think that is going through their minds right now?
Well, I was watching some video of Bob and Doug, the kind of the lighter side, and I would imagine that the two of them, they've trained so hard, they are meticulous at what they do. They might be telling jokes like we did when we were in the Astro van heading to Pad 39A. You've been together for so long, you know the systems, you know exactly what you're doing, and we had a moment of levity where we would tell jokes, and we wouldn't even tell the whole joke, we would just say the number, because we had said them so many times. And, we were high-fiving, we were chest bumping, we were, getting ready mentally, but it was that moment of just, we've made all this preparation, and now it's game day. We're ready to get up in that vehicle and go to space.
And now we're going to go out to Hawthorne for the last leg of the convoy's trek to the launch pad. Dan?
SpaceX also made changes to both Falcon 9 and Dragon to enable flying crew. A key update to this latest version of Dragon is its highly reliable launch escape system that is capable of carrying crew to safety at any point during ascent of the rocket.
That's right, and I'm sorry, I'm just waiting for that pullback moment on the camera where we're going to see their cars roll right up to the pad. Another key upgrade, though, for everything today is Dragon's new life support system. As you can imagine, there we go, crew arriving at the pad. As you can imagine, flying humans requires keeping a habitable environment inside Dragon throughout the entire flight. And so that's everything like providing breathing air, keeping the capsule at a safe pressure, keeping it free of contaminants, removing carbon dioxide, regulating temperature and humidity, and implementing a waste collection system, aka the toilet.
The changes to Falcon 9 were small, but extremely meaningful to meet NASA's requirements for safety for human spaceflight. And specifically, SpaceX had to prove a high degree of fault tolerance, meaning that small failures in the system would not lead to mission failure. Falcon 9 was already able to handle engine failure, but new emphasis was put on making sure that a failure throughout any phase of launch would not mean mission failure. And that's a really cool view on your screen with Bob and Doug getting out of their Teslas. That is amazing.
Score on countdown 1 at T-minus 2 hours,
And
58
this goes
minutes.
down
Crew has
all the
arrived
way
at pad on
to
schedule.
latches, control valves, electronics, and wiring, and so much more to keep them safe.
All right, well, with the astronauts now on location at Pad 39A, Marie, Lauren, Leland, take us through the crew making their final steps towards that Dragon spacecraft.
All right, thanks, Dan. That was really cool to see. We can see the Teslas on the screen there. They're going to stop for Bob and Doug to take a little nature break before they make their way up to the pad. And we're expecting it should be about T-minus 2 hours and 55 minutes, so just under 3 minutes from now, we should hear a formal announcement on the loops that the crew is on the pad. So we'll quiet down to listen for that when we get a little closer. But Lauren, you didn't get a chance to mention while they were driving out there, they have a very cool playlist they had on the way out, right?
Yeah, I remember Bob tweeting, "What should I listen to on the way out?" So